So let's get started. You guys, thanks so much for hopping on tonight. I'm just going to mute everybody here. If you have questions, feel free to throw them in the chat, but I am so excited about tonight. So my name is Jackie. I am a presidential diamond with It Works. You guys, I'm just so excited. We have so many of the top enrollers on our team. This is some of the top enrollers on our team that were able to make a Zoom tonight just to share their wealth of knowledge with you. And, you know, I really just put them in a group chat and I said, we're going to get right into it. We're going to introduce ourselves, who we are, but one tip that relates to anything to them signing. So whether that's customers or distributors. So I don't want to waste any time. Let's get right into it. So the first person that we have on tonight is Krista. I'm hoping I can find you. I just saw you, but now you're gone. There you are. Okay. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes,
awesome.
Here I am.
Okay, so you guys, this is Krista, basically like who you are because of It Works and your one tip for enrolling.
Okay, I am Krista Santos. Because of It Works, gosh, where do you even start when like something changes your life insanely? Because of It Works, my husband hasn't gone to a job for 6 months, and I get to be full-time at home with him and our son and homeschooling, and I'm gonna try not to cry just saying that out loud because that's still insane to me. Oh, that's just like, yeah, anyways, it's crazy, you guys, it's amazing. So my biggest tip for becoming like an amazing high enrolling person for distributors especially, okay, this is, I don't know, I feel like my tip is like a little bit like super hard and heavy, like right out of the gates. I'm like, sorry, here it is. So I want you to ask yourself, like, these are important questions to ask yourself. So if you got a pen and paper, write these down. These are super important, you guys. So I want you to ask yourself, what is the narrative that I'm telling myself? What story are you telling yourself? And what is really holding you back from signing distributors? So like, that is the question, like that is the question that only you can answer. But some examples that might be like things that come to your mind are like, well, if I was successful, or when I'm successful, I'll be able to sign lots of distributors. Or if I was prettier like she is, or if I had kids, she has kids, so obviously she can do it, it's easier for her. Or once I lose weight, then it's going to magically come together for me. Or my favorite one that I used to use was like, well, I've already lost the weight, so nobody wants to listen to me. Who wants to buy stuff from me to think I already lost all the weight? They can't be part of my journey, right? So pay attention to the script in your head. That's like number one. Pay attention to what you're telling yourself. And then the beautiful thing is that you are in control of changing your own narrative. So once you can identify that, you can flip that around and create a positive scenario, and you want to leverage that. So to change your narrative, you want to ask yourself, how can I create, this has been game changing, you guys, how can I create a relational brand for myself that will attract my followers to authentically connect with me? That is the most important question that you can ask, because when you think, okay, relational connection, that's what you want. You want that authenticity, and that's what they're really talking about when they talk about attraction marketing. They're talking about being authentically, relationally connected. So you say, how can I create that relational connection in how I'm posting, how I'm doing my stories, how I'm doing that? And the biggest thing, you guys, that as I did that consistently, as I created those, those lifestyle posts consistently every day without fail, with that call to action, the next thing that's going to come up, and this has to do with your narrative too, you guys, is overcoming objections. Because if you have a story in your mind that you're telling yourself, that is why it's okay for people, like, that you're validating their excuses for their life because you're still validating your own, or you're still identifying with that mindset of lack or being in a victim position or being powerless. Those things, when you can actually have that perspective mindset shift of like, I'm going to love you onto my team. I'm here with you. I'm already linking arms with you. I'm not waiting for you to get on my team before I'm going to show you that I care. But at the same time, I had this mental breakthrough, you guys, where I realized that I couldn't actually help these people. And that's why I felt really frustrated, because my heart is to help people. I believe that this business changes people's lives. And so my frustration was I would get this objection that I felt like was insurmountable. And like, for example, a really common one is I don't have any money, right? I don't have the money. And so when I found that mental shift for me was like, I'd be like, oh, of course, they don't have any money. They can't possibly sign up, right? And realizing that, in fact, that might not actually be true. That might be their easy go-to answer, but that might not even actually be true for them. It's their language of maybe saying something that maybe they're not comfortable saying. I'm not feeling really confident, or I'm experiencing something else. But what I found was that when I offered to link arms with them to solve that, so I'm already partnering. And because in our team, I'm showing my team, like, I'll link arms with you. I'm running with you. I'm not pushing anybody up the hill. I'm running with you. So I start that when I'm starting those conversations with potential distributors. So I'm saying, like, I'm here for you. Like, you don't have the money. Oh my gosh. Like, okay, are you open to brainstorming? Just like I would say to somebody on my team, are you open to coaching? I now will say to a potential distributor, are you open to brainstorming together? Like, oh my gosh, I know that this is going to change your life. Let's figure out a way together that we can get you that money. Because I can't, like, literally, I can't help you till I get you on the bus. So how can we creatively get you on the bus? Let's figure it out together. And then I let that sit, and they will generally respond being like, oh my gosh, that is so sweet of you. Thank you. And now I give it a little bit of time, and then I'm brainstorming. I'm thinking about what I already know about that person. And then I'm circling back and I'm like, hey, is there anything sitting in your garage? You know, your son's 3 years old by now. Is there anything you can get rid of on Facebook Marketplace so we can get you signed up this weekend? You know, and there's like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm going to go out to the garage right now and get out that bin. I bet you I can, right? So again, you're showing them that you're partnering with them. You're not saying to them, okay, whatever, you can't fulfill my requirement. I want to get a DT today. You're saying to them, I am going to help you no matter what. And that's what we do in this business. We link arms and we help you move forward. So that's my big tip. The last thing I want to say is find your sweet spot. So find what you're good at. For me, this was really challenging because building my business on social media was way out of my comfort zone, you guys. When I started, I literally had like 100 friends on Facebook, and I'm not kidding you. I did not, like, I don't even know the last time I had posted on Facebook before I started this business. It was like, shock to the universe. Krista's coming out and she's posting, and not only is she posting, and she's going to post 17 times today. Like, I went like all in, right? But the thing that was that, like, it was a huge amount of learning for me. But finding my sweet spot, here's the thing. I'm really good face to face. I love people. I love to be with people. And so I felt a little bit handicapped in like held back in that sense of like, how can I really create that relational connection through texting, really, ultimately. And it's so easy to be misunderstood, I felt, and just all those things. So what I actually discovered, even in the last month, Jackie, I haven't told you this, I hope you're ready. I'm giving this little nugget, is actually that I have been getting to the point in my conversations where I'm talking to them and where I know it's that point, and you guys, you kind of know, you get a sense of like, this is when you're stealing the deal. Like, this is when, and it's either like, okay, and then you don't talk to, they kind of disappear, or the biggest objection comes that you kind of are like, okay, how do we get through this, right? What I started doing, and don't get me wrong, this was way out of my comfort zone, okay? I was still shaking in my boots to do it, but I had a feeling that maybe this might be something. And so I did it. I was like, you know what do I have to lose? If I feel like they're going to say no already, because maybe I'm not able to seal the deal doing it via text, and I feel super awkward with these voice memos, what if I video chat them? I've signed 4 DTs on video chat, you guys. Video chat's bomb. So I'm just saying, like, try something new. But for me, it was getting that face-to-face. I was like, you know what? I felt like with the text and everything, I felt like if they could just see my face and know I'm a real person, and I know they see my picture, and I know they see me doing these videos on Instagram and Facebook, but if I feel like we could just connect in this way, it would change the game, you know? And it really and truly did. I signed 4 distributors that day. Like, I just needed to have that relational connection, and because that's my superpower. Maybe that's not your thing. Maybe you're like a massive, amazing, you can do that through texting and I can't. Whatever it is, but find your sweet spot and like uncover that, but be willing to try new things and get out of your comfort zone, because that like changed everything for me. That's my tip.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. Okay, so put a 1 in the comments if you're fired up by that. Like, I'm gonna put a 1 in the comments. I'm fired up by that. Okay, well, we love you, and I'm really happy that you told me that, because I wish you told me that earlier, because I'd be I'd be videoing DTs. I'm like, dang it, that's awesome.
So what I do, Jackie, is I do actually say to them, hey, so is there a time that we could connect and do a video message? Like, can we connect on here? And I make an appointment basically to do a video chat. So whether it's on Instagram video or Facebook Messenger or FaceTime, whatever it is, set up an appointment.
Dang. And I love that. And if that's making some of you guys nervous on here, really understand that is good. Like, feeling nervous, breaking that glass ceiling of like getting to that next level of growth, like uncomfortableness. How do you say uncomfortableness? Is that a word? Uncomfortableness is good. It's a sign of growth that's going to get you to that next level. Thank you so much. I love you. All right, let's hop on to the next, you guys. So we've got Caitlin Strong on next. I'm so excited about Caitlin, you guys. She is a rock star enroller. Okay, so I'm gonna unmute you, Caitlin. Now, can I unmute you, or might have to unmute yourself? So
yeah, I didn't unmute myself.
Okay, so Caitlin, who are you? How long have you been in? What is your because of it works? And then can you direct us either loyal customer or distributor tip, and then just go right into it?
Yeah. Okay, so my name's Caitlin. I've been in almost 2 years. I'm 22. I'll be 23 in January. And one thing that this business has allowed me to do for the past 2 years, I have been able to stay home and make a full-time income while being with my son. And then one thing that I'm super excited about is just being able to like do your task every single day, but like being excited about it and not just like doing it just to do it, you know? And just like, if your enroller tells you, okay, you need to do this, this, and this every single day if you want to hit your goal, whatever that is, don't just do it and just like not be excited about it, because people can feel that excitement. They can feel it when you're not excited. And like, what I realized when I'm not signing customers, I'm not excited about it. Like, I'm not doing my personal development. I'm not like, I'm just not excited about it. And so I feel like when I am excited and I'm doing all the things and I'm like, okay, like I want to do this, like I need to do this, and like it just fires me up, and I'm enrolling like crazy, and it's because I'm excited about it and I'm wanting to do it. And like, you're not always going to want to do it. Like, that's just normal. So you need to be, I feel like you just need to be doing personal development. That's like one of the things that is super important for me, is like getting out of your comfort zone, doing personal development, even if you don't want to, and just like going all in and being excited. Yeah, that's basically it.
So I love what you said there. So she's saying like, we're not just doing it to say to say that we've done it. How many times have you guys been in your business where you're like, okay, I've messaged 20 people because I'm supposed to do that? But I think switching from that employee mindset to that business owner mindset, like, we're not working to say that we've done it. We're not pushing the clock. Like, I used to do this when I worked at Subway and then I got fired. I used to go to the back and just like try to do random things until I could pass the time. But in this business, you're straight up paid for your productivity. So Caitlin, one more question that I want to add on to that is like, when you feel you're at a point where you're like, okay, I've got to switch this up and I want to be starting to I want to work to get results. How do you get yourself excited? Because there's obviously times in your business in all of our businesses where you felt like, okay, I need to like amp it up a little bit. How do you get excited for what you want?
I feel like when I'm not excited, I just like, pour into myself, do more personal development. Like I get up earlier, I make myself do it, and just doing the work makes me excited. It makes me excited to get to that next level, and it just gets me so excited to be able to like say that I'm like gonna hit this goal, or like whatever my why is. Like I just get excited about it. Like I make myself get excited, you know?
I love what you said. She said, if you guys heard that, what gets her excited is doing it. It's like motion creates emotion. So if you're getting not excited by the lack of results you're getting, the only way to fix that excitement is to get results, which only comes from doing the work. Man, okay, 2 in the comments if that was an aha moment, because I think a lot of us are like, that seems super obvious, but it's like so true. Like some people just need to hear like, okay, if you want to get excited again, it is time to put that work in again. Thank you, Caitlin. You're awesome.
Mhm.
Okay, next up, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about Nikki. You guys, Nikki is a freaking beast. Okay, Nikki is a beast. She enrolls distributors and customers like I've never seen before, to the point where when she started, I didn't even know if she was legit. I was like, do you even know how to, I'm like, are we even telling them the right things? Which she was. She just enrolls a lot of people. So, okay, Nikki, can you share who you are because of your It Works and your one tip?
My name is Nikki. I'm a nurse. And my, sorry. So the whole reason, because is It Works as, I was working 2 jobs as a nurse. I was working constantly, 7 days a week, crazy. And I had to stop one of my 2 jobs. And I had to choose, okay, what job I'm going to give up. And then I quit one of my jobs and I had to find something to replace that income. And I found a Hosta post one day, and then I found Jackie, and I talked to Jackie, and I was like, I can do this. I can do this because people trust me, people believe in me, and I just have to be honest. I have to learn the products, and I have to be honest about what I'm selling people. I won't bullshit them. I won't spam them. I won't blow their news feed up. I'm 100% honest. So I give them the information. I never cold message people. I post every day, and when they come to me, I give them the straight up facts. You know, this is what we have. This is what it can do for you. And they believe me and they trust me and they sign with me. And it's all on trust. And truthfully, you know, I don't even have to walk people through the webpage. They trust me enough with their information that they give it to me and I sign for them. So like I probably only had like 3 people actually sign up from my webpage. They actually trust me with their information because I don't bullshit them. I don't lie. I'm straight up. This is how it is. And if they don't like it for whatever reason, and I always follow up month in, month and a half in, follow up. How's it going? What's going on? Are you liking it? Are things great? You know, if they're not having good results, I offer to change it up. You know, do you want to try this instead? You know, and the other thing that I do is I always send them samples of our other products. So if I have someone sign up with Thermophyte, I always send them a little care package with a packet of coffee or, a greens or something. So the other day I had a lady, she was on keto energy and I gave her a free packet of coffee to try. And now she orders the coffee as well. So this is how I get the people. I give them an extra, I give them a freebie, and then they come back and then they want more and more and more. I have had people say, Thermophyte doesn't work for me. I understand that. So let's try this. Let's go here. And they always do. They don't say, nope, I'm out, I'm done. When they drop off after 3 months, and that happens to all of us, when they drop off after 3 months, I try to entice them with something else. I don't even mention perk points. I say, well, why don't we try this? This is a good idea. You're still looking for more energy, and let's try this. So, and because of It Works, I have a lot of back problems. And recently I had a fall in August and I couldn't work anymore. I was on so much medication and stuff, I just couldn't work anymore. And so because of It Works, I'm not panicking about bills getting paid now because I'm enrolling, I'm consistent, and the people are still staying there. The DTs are coming on board because they're like, hey, if Nikki can do this, I can do this. I know I have a couple of my DTs watching tonight and they're like, yeah, we're here because we love you and we trust you. And If I'm going to be successful, they're going to be successful. I coach them, I guide them, I encourage them. There are some that don't stick with you, and we all know that. But the ones that do believe in you and they believe in what you're doing. And that's really my tip. Just encourage them and believe in what you're doing. 100% believe in your products and use your products. If you don't use them and you don't know them, people aren't going to trust you. And I always follow up. And I those are my key things that keep people with me and keep people signing with me. So that's my tidbit.
Okay, I love what you said there. So I just wrote 2 notes that I want to touch on, you guys. She said people trust her, you know? And I feel like Nikki's pretty new in the business, and with the consistent enrollments, like I know that you've worked through your warm market, but even as she's built her business on like social media, you know, why would somebody trust Nikki over maybe, you know, maybe one of you guys out here that feel like people don't trust in your business? And I can guarantee you it is because she is consistent. Consistency reaffirms your message that you are there as a business owner and not just to make a sale. Nikki is there for her customers, for her new potential customers, for her team, for her potential distributors. That consistency builds that trust. And then one more thing that I love that you said was you follow up. I feel like in this business, if you are a new distributor, or maybe you're not, maybe you're just someone really just trying to move this business off the ground and you've been in for a bit and you feel that you're not bringing in those enrollments, I can more often than not relate that back to, are you following up in the sense of a business owner? I remember early on in my business, I heard it takes an average person 7 to 21 times of follow-up or something to cross their path, or, you know, them to read something for them to believe that they need and want what we have. And so I feel like a lot of people are planting once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. And then when they don't sign, they're like, well, nobody wants this. No. The follow-up, the fortune is in the follow-up. Okay, Nikki, one last question before we go on to the next. What would be an example of a follow-up? So let's say you and I have talked about the coffee a couple times. I haven't been ready to buy. It's Friday. It's follow-up Friday. Can you just share one picture? I just read a word picture, not a picture. Can you share one like message wording example of what you would say?
So what I would typically do is I would send you a message and I would say, hey, Jackie, I'm just following up as to our previous conversation. You know, are you still interested in trying the coffee? You know, I'd be more than happy to give you a package to try to see if it's something that you like. Are your goals the same? Are you looking for something different? You know, have you had a chance to check out my website? You know, do you have any questions? Please ask me if you have any questions. That's important because they want to feel like they can talk to you. Ask me questions. Maybe you saw the coffee post and you thought you wanted coffee, but then the next day you saw my Thermophyte post, or the next day you saw my Confianza post. So maybe your needs changed. So I always follow up as per the coffee conversation, but then I ask, you know, is there any questions? Is there something else that I can help you with? Did you have a chance to check out the website? And I also reiterate constantly that it's natural and it's safe. Because as a nurse, I know a lot of people are constantly concerned about will it interact with my medication.
Love that.
So I always follow up and ask and leave it open. And I never harass. So if I followed up twice with you, I will leave it alone because I know if they keep seeing that I'm posting and my store is always open, they're going to come back to me. And I've had that happen a couple of weeks ago. I had a gentleman and he came back. I have a lot of male customers too. He came back and said, okay, I'm ready now. Because he kept seeing me post every day.
I just love that.
And I didn't harass him.
Don't harass. Don't harass. That's the tip. Don't harass. But you guys, it's so good. Like, it's honestly, I mean, just, you know, you really want to be the first person and the last person to talk to somebody, but in the middle of that, you want to be the consistent person. Like, that is so key. Nikki, thank you so much. Drop a 3 in the comments if you guys are so inspired by her. I'm so fired up and I'm so excited to watch you go diamond. Watch out for her. She's a beast. Okay. Colleen, fourth person. You are not the number 4. You guys, Colleen is also a beast. She just had a baby and she was signing distributors while she was having a baby. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, Colleen, I'm just flipping through. Oh, I see you. Yay. Okay, Colleen, so can you just introduce yourself? May you talk about your Because of It Works and then your one tip.
Yeah. So my name is Colleen Massey, and I am an I've been in the business for a little bit over a year, and because of it works, I have been able to stay at home, and we don't have to worry about my husband paying every single bill. I'm able to help pay, a good chunk of our bills, which is super helpful for us. And my tip is personal development. Personal development is huge. In the beginning of my business, like the first few months, I barely did it because I just didn't know what to do or what it really was. And I think a lot of people have that problem too. So, I figured out what it was, and whether it's, I watch training videos, like on YouTube, different leaders. There's not really one person who I watch over another. I just, everybody has different tips. So, I'll be like in the shower and just listening to all different people's tips. And over the past year, doing ever since I started really doing personal development, it's been huge. And I think hearing all the different things that everybody, shares in their videos has really I've been able to apply it to my business, and it helps, I see results from it. And then also, if it's not watching a training video, I'll watch something motivational, like a motivational podcast, something about manifesting. That's sometimes what I watch. And then recently I started books. There are a few books that what was the book? I forget the book off the top of my head, but there's a bunch of really good books. So just finding something that's motivational, whether it's a training, motivational, a motivational podcast, something like that. It really just gets your mind right and helps you realize that you can do anything you put your mind to. It might just take a little bit of time. And that's the other sort of part that I wanted to touch on. I've been super consistent in my business ever since I've started, not with obviously in the beginning, I didn't do personal development like I should, but now I'm just finally realizing consistency is so important. Every single thing, messaging, posting, personal development, all of those things are all mushed together, and it's one thing. So really just staying consistent, whether you want to do it one day or not, you can do it. You just have to do it, and you'll keep on seeing results from it. So that's really all I have to say.
That's so awesome. Okay, I got two quick questions for you. So the first one is going to be, and I feel I remember feeling, I feel like this, I have felt like this in my business, put it that way. But when we're on a call talking about enrolling, and obviously, I know why personal development helps enrolling, but as a new distributor or someone that hasn't really done a lot of personal development, how would you answer why personal development is so crucial to enrolling and bringing people into this business?
Well, if you're watching a training video on YouTube, it just gives you different ideas, and it lets you hear different things because you may have no idea what you're doing. So watching what other leaders, are doing really helps you to be able to apply it to your business. And then also, if it's something motivational, it just gets your mind right. Not everybody thinks that they can do anything they put your mind to, but hearing these different, books, words, quotes, Bible verses, whatever it is, it really just moves you in a different way. And I've never ever since I really, really consistently started watching these and listening to things, I've never been one to feel the way I feel. It just makes you feel some type of way, and it makes you want to just keep on rocking things and do it, because you can do it. Anybody can do anything they put their mind to. It just might take a little bit of time.
Dang, that's so good. I see everyone's nodding their head. Okay, put it forward in the chat if you're fired up. My one last question for you is, if somebody was to come ask you right now, I'm a new distributor and I want to know what is one book, audiobook, person to listen to, what would you recommend? Is there an audiobook that stands out to you that helped you really get into the world of personal development?
Not really,
honestly.
Really, I was just worried that what I was doing wasn't right. So watching, you know, whether it was Jackie, Jade Hooper, I mean, there's so many of them. Literally, and you know, for those people who don't have any idea what, like, I just feel lost. Like, I'm not enrolling anything. Like, just search It Works enrolling customers or something. Like, you can literally search It Works anything, and all of these super huge people will come up. And then on the, you know, podcast side, I guess it's just like, I don't know, I'm still trying to like figure out exactly what to watch and like listen to and stuff, but just like, I don't know, you know, Pam is good. I just find random things and just keep on working because keep on finding different things because it really helps. I don't really know.
No, that's so awesome. I'm just gonna tack on one thing to what you said there is, you know, she said you can literally search up like It Works loyal customer. And you guys, like a tip that I always say to our team is like, whatever you're feeling like you're lacking, you know, enrolling customers, enrolling distributors, talking to distributors, you know, leadership, duplication, there is unlimited resources where you can literally look up that specific thing. And if you're brand new, I used to just type into YouTube motivation. I would start my morning by typing into YouTube motivation, and they have all these different videos that really just help get your mind right. Laurel just said, random tip, make sure you're signed into your YouTube account or make one, because when you start watching stuff like that, it will start to show you similar things. That's a really good tip. Okay, thank you so much, Colleen. You're so awesome.
Thank you
for coming on. Okay, you guys, next we have Caitlin Reddick. I saw you on, there we are. All right, who you are, because of It Works, and your tip.
All right, I am Caitlin. I'm 23. I've been in It Works for just over 2 years now, and because of It Works, I went from a new mom. We unexpectedly got pregnant, and I couldn't afford, like, I wasn't paying my bills, my share of the rent, anything. We were in a tiny little condo. Literally could not afford to be a mom, and because of It Works, I've quit my job. We bought a big, beautiful house, and now not only do I pay like my share, but I actually, my one paycheck under James's account pays for our whole mortgage and all the bills and everything. So it's pretty crazy, and I've been home every day since raising Heidi, so it's been crazy. And my tip, like my biggest thing that got me to where I was today, is finding your story and sharing it every single day for the rest of your life, but you can find like different ways to share it. So like, for example, so many people are saying, well, I just joined, I don't have a story, but you do. Your story doesn't just start when you join. Your story starts before you join. Like, why did you join? What is the reason that you need the extra income, or that you felt the need to join this? Sorry. So your story starts like when you started. Like, your life didn't just start the day you joined the business. Like, your story starts with what happened before you joined. Where did you come from? What was your life like before the business? And then what are your goals? You don't have to have hit that part of your success yet to talk about your story. You just talk about where you were and where you plan on going. Like, that is your story. Whether it's happened yet or not, where you're wanting to go is just as much a part of your story as where you have been already. So you need to figure out, like, what is your story? Why did you join? Where are you going? And you need to just share it all the time. Whether you think it relates to people or not, it does. Because I've had so many people say to me, like, well, my story, like, nobody's going to care. Like, there's nothing special. Like, it's the same as everybody else's story. But that's exactly the point. Even if, like, nothing crazy has happened, you feel like you don't have some, like, life-changing story, there are millions of people out there that also feel like their story doesn't matter. And by you speaking up, now they might feel like their story does matter. And you might be the voice that tells them that just because nothing crazy has happened, you still matter. Your story still matters. So you need to decide that your story is worth sharing, and people will trust you and want to go on that journey with you and change their story too.
Dang, that was so good. Okay, so one thing that I love that you said there was, like, you know, I feel like as a new distributor, can you guys put in the comments if you are new? Like, I'm talking the last 3 months new. Okay, just put the word new in the comments if you're new. I feel like people feel, yeah, because they don't have this $1 million story that they can't share it. But really, people are relating to you through your struggles. People don't relate to you through you know, the $10,000 a month or the $5,000 a month. They relate to you through the struggles. And so can you give an example of, as like, so if you were brand new in this business, what can you just throw off the top of your head a couple examples of like what you would be posting? I can tell she's smirking. She's like, you didn't even give me stuff for this.
Yeah, 100%. So even if like you had just joined yesterday, I could literally take a picture of Heidi or like whatever you're doing in the moment, take a picture of what you're doing and say, I am so freaking thankful that because of this new business that I just signed up for, yeah, things are crazy right now. Like, be honest with your Facebook followers. They don't want you to lie and say, wow, I joined yesterday, my life has changed already, right? Like, be honest with them. Like, because of this business that I just got to be a part of, yeah, things are crazy right now. Like, this is happening and this is happening. But because of this business, give me a few months and I'm going to quit my job, or I'm going to get to spend this time with my kid, or I can't wait for the day when I'm going to stay home full time and raise my babies and have all this income. Like, just be honest about where you are right now, but where you want to be in the future, and just speak your goals every single day. Because by you saying, wow, I just joined, but guess what? Like, give me a month and I'm going to be making $500 a month all for my cell phone, or I'm almost averaging $1,000 a month for my cell phone. Like, even if you haven't actually gotten a paycheck close to that yet, by you speaking those goals out every single day, people are going to see that and say like, oh my gosh, she's already like doing this. So then they're going to want to join and be part of it. And guess what? Now, because you are talking about hitting those goals, now you are hitting those goals because people are being attracted to you speaking that out. So by you never sharing your goals or your story because of where you are right now isn't going to change, because you're not getting people excited and wanting to change it, right? Like, you need to be so excited about where you're going before anybody will ever want to go on the journey with you.
That's so good. You guys literally being a visionary. Like, you need to be a vision for people. And if you don't feel confident in being that visionary, you need to borrow that confidence. You need to be that light for people. I love that so much. And you guys, I can really say, like, I've obviously worked with Caitlin for the last, 2 years. And watching her consistently enroll distributors is because she shares her story. Now, one last question before we go over to the next. Someone may be thinking, like, I don't want to be repetitive. You know, do you feel repetitive sharing your story every single day for the last 2 years? And if or not, or if yes, why or why not?
You know what, sometimes it might feel like that, but what I always tell myself is, sure, maybe I shared this exact same version of my story a few days ago, but how do you know that the person that sees it today is still the same one that saw it the other day? Like, you don't know who read it at what times. Like, you're reaching new people all the time. So by you sharing it all the time, you're going to reach everybody. And who cares if somebody sees it every single time? Now they're like actually watching you, and now they're interested. Like, it's like a TV commercial. The first time you see it, you're just like, whatever, you don't care. But if you start seeing it the next day and the next day, now all of a sudden you're like, okay, yeah, I actually kind of want to go buy that. And whatever it is, like, now you're interested. So that's the same thing you're doing. You are being like that, not commercial in like a spammy way, but you know what I mean? Like, you are sharing what you have. And now because they're seeing it all the time, they are now interested. But you can spin it in different ways so that no matter how many times you're sharing your story, it doesn't have to be the same story every single time either. Like, today I could post a picture of me working on my couch talking about how I haven't clocked into a job, or how I'm so thankful that I get to work from home instead of setting an alarm clock and going somewhere else. Tomorrow I could share my story in a way, today I'm filling my gas tank because of this business and I used to struggle to pay gas. Like, you can change it to be like every single aspect of your life can bring on your story in a whole other way. So even if you're telling your story almost the same way every single time, you can spin it so that it's a different story telling the same story.
That's so good. All right, 5 in the comments if Kaylin is fire. Okay, you're awesome. My mouse is dead, so I can't mute or unmute anybody. So if everybody could just do that themselves from here on out, that would be great, because my mouse is dead. I haven't charged it. So, okay, next, I'm so excited. We have Misty.
Hey.
Hey. Okay,
Hey.
Misty, we have not even really had the chance to connect, but I hear you're fire. Well, I know you're fire. So I'm excited to hear from you tonight. If you could share just who you are, you know, how you got started, your Because of It Works, and then your tip.
Okay, so my name is Misty, and been in this just under 4 months, so still pretty new, but love it. I am in Alaska, so it's pretty cool. But
Everybody's
for
in
this,
Alaska over here, it feels like.
yeah, yes. So this business, like, I'm not super far into it yet, so I can't say that I'm making like a ton of money and all that stuff, and that's okay. I'm on my way to that, and I'm gonna get there. But for me, I've been like, it's been the confidence for me. I used to be super worried about what everybody thinks about me, constantly just concerned about what my family and friends would think about my posting about this stuff. And through a lot of personal development and just working this business and talking with my upline constantly, I basically am like, you can sit back and watch me shine, or you can get off of my page. And that's like a huge accomplishment for me. So I really, really love that. So my tip for you guys, I found like a way to kind of combine adding and interacting, because it's very time consuming. I have a 2-month-old and 3 other kids. So I combined the two. I'm a breastfeeding mom, so I went and joined like 600 breastfeeding groups, a whole bunch of them. And what I do is I go on there and I join these groups, and then I start commenting on people's posts. Like if they're like, I'm struggling with breastfeeding, do you have any tips for me? I will comment on their posts and give them tips about my breastfeeding journey and stuff like that. It's nothing related to this business. It's strictly related to what they're asking. And then I'll post about like my successes or my hardships when it comes to breastfeeding. So people are commenting on my stuff and we're kind of interacting. So then when I go and I add them as a friend, I'm not a stranger. I've been talking to them. They've been seeing me. And I post about greens every day in my story, and I post how much like my milk production is, because I'm targeting these women and they need to see that this product is something I use every day and it's actually helping me. And so basically these people are coming to me. They're like, I add them, they know who I am, they don't decline me because they see me all the time on these groups. And then they go and look at my story, and then I've got 5 messages in my inbox one day of, can you tell me what this is, because my milk production is going down. And that right there, even if they don't sign right that second, that's a seed that I've planted for a later date. So that's my tip. It's awesome.
Oh, that's it. And you guys, I really want to like make sure that everyone understood what she just said there, because it makes like the genius. So she's adding herself into all these groups. Okay. She's networking. Remember, that's what we're doing. Like, we are networking. Just because we can run this on social media, it doesn't mean we have to add ourselves to a bunch of like physical networking, like Chamber of Commerce groups. Like literally adding yourself into groups and networking with the people in that group. Now, outside of that, think about how strategic she's being. Breastfeeding group, because she's breastfeeding, it's relatable. People are going to be able to relate to her. From there, she's not posting about, not that there's anything wrong with it, but let's say essential oils, okay? Like, there's really no relation. Maybe there is. I don't really know much about essential oils, but let's just say there's not, right? Growing your network with breastfeeding moms, posting about a supplement that I know for me, when I was breastfeeding, like greens 1000%, not only up my milk supply, made me feel a million times better, gave me the nutrition that these babies are taking from us, like, hello. And then you're like seeking people that you're going to relate to your post. So think about, maybe you're not a breastfeeding mom on here. What other ways can you do this strategically? For one, let's say we have, think of our products. What solution do our products offer? Let's think of an example. Hair, skin, nails. What does that do? Right? It makes our hair longer, stronger, thicker, helps with eyelash growth, helps with nail growth. So where could you be strategic, just like this, just like Misty's doing, to find people that would want what we have, just like she's finding breastfeeding moms who want greens that are coming to her? Hair, skin, nails. Well, if you search the hashtag short hair don't care, or no, short hair I do care and I want long hair. I don't think that's a hashtag, but like, short hair, short hair, brittle hair, like short hair problems, like, think of it like our wraps, right? Our body wraps, like that's very similar to cool sculpting. Have you guys ever heard of cool sculpting? Right? You guys probably have a salon and spa in your area that does that. What about the people that are following that page? they're interested in our wraps. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's so genius how you're doing that. And so can you talk one more before we go into the next, Misty? Can you talk about how, like, why is your so you're doing all the right things, you're growing your network, you're interacting in these groups, but can you talk about why it is so important for you to be consistent every single day with your business so these people know how to full circle around?
So at first, like I won't lie. At first, I wasn't that consistent. And then I kept seeing your thing about how if your store is closed, people aren't going to come in it, and that's like so genius. And I don't want my store to be closed. You know, I want people to come in and shop from me. So I have to be there every day, and I have to be consistent, and not only for my customers, but for my distributors that I've already signed underneath me. If I'm not showing up every single day and I'm not putting the work in, why would the people that I've signed and trusted to follow me and learn from me do the same? They're not gonna do it.
Okay, we need a 6 if that was like a mic drop in the comments too. Your team is literally only gonna do what you do, and a percentage of that. And so when you know, like, you know, it's so crazy. Before we go on to the next, I just want to add on to this. Like, sometimes in our business, we look for like the runners. We look for the fire, the people that are going to bring the fire into our team. But wouldn't that be so like ignorant of us to think that somebody else is going to come along and start our fire? And sometimes that like our fire literally needs to be started by us just sitting there rubbing 2 sticks together. And the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people you bring in may not be willing to sit there and rub those sticks together with you. But by you being consistent through those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, eventually, you know, the cream rises to the top, and you like attracts like. Dude, I'm so fired up. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate that tip. Team Misty, she is the best. Okay, that's what someone said in the chats. Team Misty. All right, that's the new hashtag. Short hair, don't care. JK, yes, I do care. And Team Misty is the hashtag for tonight. Okay, all right. So you guys, next we have Roxanne. I was gonna break out in song there, but I'm not gonna do that to you guys tonight. You're welcome. Okay, let me flip through and find Roxanne. I got like, oh, I found you.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. My house is crazy right now. Sorry for all the noise. So my name's Roxanne. I've been in the business for about 18 months, a year and a half. I started when my daughter was born, just about 5 days before she was born. This business has allowed me to be home with her. The worst thing I could think of is putting her into a daycare when there's so many horrible things going on. You don't know who's watching your kids. And then all I'd be working for is to pay someone else to raise my child. I'm a mom of 4, so I've been there, I've done that. You know, I've had to put my kids in daycare, I've had to leave them and watch them cry, and this job has just allowed me, this company, this business, it's not a job, it's a business, has allowed me to be here for her. So, you know, I've been able to work from home. Like she was talking about nursing her baby, I did all that. When she was smaller, I'd sit on the chair and I'd nurse her, and I would get all the work done I could. I would sit there on my phone. And then there came a time when she got older and she was more mobile, which she's climbing on the table right now. And and it got a little harder. It got a little harder to maintain and be consistent. And, you know, I just kind of lost my focus for a while. And I just had to refine myself and get back on track and continue to be consistent. And I had to do that with self-development. I had to do that with watching a lot of Zooms and getting fired up and then not working again, and then getting fired up and not working again. And I just said to myself, I have to do something for my babies. I have to. Why am I doing this? So I just kind of just put my foot back on the gas, and I'm like, all right, that's it. This is it. There's no stopping. I have to do this. The thing that's been helping me a lot right now, my biggest tip, is being a product of the product. That has been so important to me right now, because this showing my own results it showed me like people are really interested. They're like, oh, okay, I don't know about this product, but once you show them your results, they're so into it. They're like, wow, that's you? Yes, I've lost 30 pounds. Or, oh, wow, your hair looks so great. And yes, and that's just a week's time that I use hair, skin, and nails, or whatever results that I've had. So my biggest tip is use the products. Pick like 3 products, and I'm so sorry. Pick 3 products. You want to say hi? Say hi. There you go. I say pick at least 3 products and stick with them. Use your auto ship. Get your shipments coming in and use these. Take pictures of when your products come in. Take pictures of you using them. Get your results put in. Hi, go to the Connect app and put your results in. Get your before and afters. And then when you're talking to people, you know, you go down the script and you tell them what it does, and then you explain to them about the pricing, and then all of a sudden, bam, you show them your results, and then that's where I feel like I'm pulling them in, because it's not just someone else's results. They're like, oh, whatever, you could have got that anywhere. You're showing them you. I had a list here, and I'm sort of like, oops. So I mean, that's basically like my main thing right now, and then I'm happy about it. I'm doing the haps about the same products. I'm posting about the same products over and over. And then I'm talking to people in messages about the same products. And this consistency, and then these Power 30s have been amazing for me as well. Doing all these things consistently has been very helpful to me, and just getting my mind right. Like, you can't just get into this business and think it's going to make money for you. It is simple, but you have to work. So I hope that was good enough.
No, it was awesome. And I loved what you said, where you're saying, I'm picking products, I'm using them, I'm posting about them, and I'm posting about them. Now let's, again, like, I feel like, can we just understand that every single person that we've heard from tonight builds their business differently, has been in for a different amount of time, are at different ranks, but they've all said some way or another consistency. So what Roxanne just said is, okay, so she's posting about products that she is using. She is using these products, obviously, but she's also hosting let's just say, Roxanne, what are you using? I know you're using HSN.
Yeah, TFX coffee.
Okay.
And Fat Fighters I throw in once in a while. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say it's like coffee, TFX, hair, skin, nails, and Fat Fighters. She's taking these products, she's sharing her results, she's posting about these products, she's allowing her audience to see every single day, day in and day out. Like, nobody is questioning what she has. She's not jumping from greens to essential oils to sharing a quiz about her favorite unique person to then sharing another thing. Like, she's consistent with what she is sharing, okay? And then, that wasn't a slang at anybody, by the way. I'm just saying, like, she's consistent at what she's doing. I saw people's face go like, I don't know what you're sharing, but I'm just saying she's consistent with what she's sharing. But the key part here is she's hosting a post about it. So let's talk host a post. She's hosting a post, getting people to post about TFX. People are commenting on those people's networks. She is adding them as a friend, even if they are not ready to order at this time. When they are in her circle now, in her network, guess what they're watching her post about? The same thing, right? There's no disconnect. And we already know that it takes an average of 7 to 21 times of follow-up. So that first initial contact that Roxanne may have made about the coffee or the TFX, that may have not closed them, but now her consistently posting, that may be that enough watering of the seed to plant and sprout it, That's so awesome. You guys, Roxanne, you're just so awesome. You guys, 7 in the chat if you just learned an amazing tip from Roxanne. I just love what you said there. Okay, next we have Tamara. I can't find you. Hold on, I can unplug. Can you unmute? Oh, there you go. Yay! Okay, Tamara. So who you are, because of it works, and your tip.
I am Tamara Higgins. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like crap today after a long weekend, so bear with me. I'm like getting sick.
It was her birthday. Can everyone say happy birthday, Tamara? She hates her birthday, and she's like, I don't want to celebrate it. Happy birthday, Tamara.
Yeah, thanks, Jackie. I'll message you later.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, guys.
It's your birthday.
So I following this weekend, apparently I didn't get enough sleep, so I'm feeling rough today. But anyways, I wanted to be on here because it's always a really amazing opportunity, I feel, when we get together and we do these Zooms, because of the fact that you know, in this business, we're able to work our business really however we want to work our business, right? We're given the tools. We're shown a lot of different ways that people work their business, and then we're able to kind of take that and make it our own. And so I find these Zooms, probably out of any of them, probably the most valuable, especially when you're brand new, because you can always learn something new. Like, you know, Jackie's been in the business a long time. She is presidential diamond, right? You know, some people might think, well, you know, Jackie has it all together. Jackie knows everything, right? She's successful. She knows what she's doing. Caitlin knows what she's doing. Kristen knows what she's doing. But here's the thing, guys, like, all of us learn something new every day, whether you're presidential ambassador, whether you make 60 grand a month or you make $50 a month, right? Like, doesn't matter where you're at. So a little bit about who I am. My name is Tamara Higgins. I am a double diamond with this company. I have been in now almost a year and a half, not quite. And I came into this business, guys, and I promoted really, really, really quickly. I went diamond in 4 months. I went double diamond in 7 months, quit my full-time job, came home. I have a 2.0 account as well, my husband's account, that is diamond when I went double diamond. And I quit my job and started working from home full-time. And I'm going to share this piece of my story because I haven't yet shared this with anybody because it's been really difficult to swallow. But I have recently gone back to work, guys. Okay. And I wanted to share on this Zoom with you guys why I went back to work. I went back to work because when I quit my job and I started working this business full time, I realized my life in this business functions way better in chaos. So when I only have 2 hours to work my business, I actually work my damn business. And so I've actually gone back to working. I'm not working full time. Okay. This business is my number one priority, but I figured out how I work as a human being within this business. And so I really want to encourage all of you that are on this Zoom, okay, that are working towards quitting your jobs. I'm not saying don't quit your jobs, guys. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty freaking stellar. But what I want to tell you guys, for those of you that work, okay, and you're having a hard time squeezing it in and you're struggling with like the timelines and all that kind of stuff, and how do I make it work and how do I make it fit? Guys, I'm making it fit better when I work. Like, I legit am working harder when I have a smaller period of time to do it. Okay, so it's possible. It doesn't matter whether you want to quit your job. It doesn't matter whether you want to keep your job and have this as a side income. It doesn't matter where you're at. Everything is completely possible. Like, everything is completely possible. However you want to make it work, it's totally doable. So my biggest tip to you guys is, like what I wanted to come on and share in the Zoom is starting big, okay, when we're talking to people. So a lot of times, and this has a lot to do with like confidence and, you know, knowing your products and feeling comfortable to talk to people. But 95% of the time, guys, we literally minimize what we have. We minimize the opportunity. We minimize the products. We minimize what we have to offer. And we do that because we're like, well, it might be too expensive. Well, maybe they won't be interested. Well, maybe they're not going to want me to reach out to them and ask them about this. Well, maybe they're not. But here's the thing, guys, you don't ever know until you ask. Okay. And we're also selling ourselves short. I kind of want to say, I just looked at Caitlin as soon as I said short. Sorry, Caitlin, I don't know why. Like, we're selling ourselves short. I look at Caitlin, vertically challenged. My apologies. I look at Caitlin. But we really are selling ourselves short. And this is why I feel like we're selling ourselves short, okay? So yes, there are some people that we're going to talk to that are going to be like, what? I need to pay for this? Like, you said you were looking for product models, blah, blah, blah. Everybody wants something for free, right? But here's the deal. If somebody is serious about their health and wellness goals, if somebody is genuinely wanting to lose weight or wanting to earn an income or wanting to, you know, we can be excited all day long about $20 signups for the business, okay? But if each and every single one of you on this Zoom don't understand that a $99 kit with what our company has to offer, both for compensation and for products, isn't an amazing deal, if you don't know that, okay, you might want to start looking into the comp plan. You might want to start looking at the products and comparing the prices with other companies, okay? Like, I'm not even going to get into it, but like, take a look at the company level, which is Thrive. Take a look at Herbalife. Take a look at price-wise, okay? For what you get for one of their systems, Madeira is another one, okay? For their systems and packages, take a look at what you get for 2 or 3 products for a monthly package, and take a look at what It Works gives you for a monthly package, okay? So if you guys think, I mean, yeah, having $20 signups, guys, it's exciting for a lot of reasons because you're gonna mass enroll distributors. But let me ask you this. Do you wanna mass enroll 50 distributors at $20 and have 1 of them work? Or do you wanna mass enroll 10 distributors in a month and have 8 of them work? because that's the difference. That's what you're looking at, right? So I want to just encourage you guys on this Zoom to really think big. And that's how I sign larger orders. That's one of the things that I love to do. I pride myself on signing minimum 80 or 85 BV orders every single loyal customer that I get in. Am I looking for that 85 or 80 BV order because I want the commissions? Sure. Am I looking at an 80 or 85 BV order because I want, you know, that volume staying like higher the longer I can? Sure. But really, guys, what it comes down to is how many of you will have a loyal customer come to you and say, I'm on Thermofite and Thermofite's doing nothing for me? One product by itself. Okay. A few of us will have that, right? You'll have lots of people who are like, oh, it's not working. But pair Thermofite with greens, and what are people's results looking like? Pair Thermofite with fat fighters, what are the results looking like? Pair the coffee with the chocolate greens, what are your results looking like? Here's the deal, guys. Our products are priced so that we can package them so that they work in conjunction with each other. Okay, you're not gonna find one product out there on the system. I don't care what company you're with. You're not gonna find one single product on the market that's going to work for the masses by itself. It's not how it works. Okay, our systems need balance. Our system need a lot of different things, right? So I always start with multiple products because I want my customers coming back in a month from now being like, holy crap, Tamara, this stuff's amazing. And I'm like, yeah, it is. You're freaking right, it is, right? I used 3 products, dropped 32 pounds in 90 days. I got results photos to show that. I'm now down a total of 48 pounds, right? So like, I want you guys to stop looking at the price tag on our products before you're talking to people and selling yourself short by just offering Caitlin Thermofite X. Caitlin might think all she wants is Thermofite X because that happened to be the post that Caitlin saw. So she might think she's only interested in Thermofite X, but she's only interested in just Thermofite X because she doesn't know that greens exist and she doesn't know that fat fighters exist. That's why she's interested in Thermofite X, right? Like, so share more, okay? More is always so valuable because then you can always look backwards. If somebody says to you, those 3 products are too expensive, you say, that's totally understandable, totally get it. I have other package options available for you. You can do the cleanse and Thermofite X. You can do Thermofite X on its own, right? I just recommend these 3 products combined because you get a huge discount on your entire package deal and the results are amplified. So that's my tip that I wanted to share with you guys. I guess there was a couple in there.
So upsell.
Long and the short, and I don't even consider it upselling at this point, right? Like the way that I view it is start big and work backwards. Because the word upsell scares the crap out of a lot of people. They're like, I don't want to be that pushy salesperson who's like, oh, well, seeing as you wanted the Thermofite X, let's add the greens, let's add the fat fighters, nobody wants to do that, right? So don't do that. Do the opposite. Be like, dude, I got 5 freaking products that you're going to love. 5. They're amazing. This is why they're amazing. This is what they do for you. And we have package options that can suit your finances and can also suit your goals, right? Like approach it from that perspective so that they're also not viewing it as like, oh, she offered me 5 products, but now she wants the sales. So now she's offering me 2 products. No, man, I'm showing you the range that's available to you. I'm excited about all of these products. These are the 5 products that I love. I think they'd be amazing for your goals. However, if that doesn't fit for you, we also have these other options available, right? So anyways, that's just how I view it.
Woo! All right. Last but not least, the beast.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up? I'm making dinner.
That's like our lady.
Okay.
What's up?
Okay, first of all, Tamara, that was bomb. That was so bomb, dude. Like, my main tip was gonna be upselling, but like the same way that she worded it, right? Like not upselling, but like starting high and going lower. But like, I guess I should start with who I am and like what I'm doing.
Yes.
I'm Chantessa. I'm a mom. I just had a daughter almost 10 months ago. Started the business about actually almost 13 months ago. And what it has done for me has made it so that tomorrow when I get my last maternity check, I don't have to go back to work. So that's nice. As far as right now, it only covers bills, but still that's okay. That's something. But okay, I had a whole plan last night that I was going to write everything out and I was going to be so prepared for this. And then I had a pretty intense day. So bear with me, guys. Okay. My main thing is is that I start with triple threat. So like my host of posts, I always do weight loss. I don't even bother with other ones. Like I promote my hair, skin, nails on my page, in my stories. My greens, I promote that on my page and in my stories, and I get people to share about weight loss or detox or cleanse. So like I guess that's partially like promoting greens at the same time. But yeah, so what I do is like hold on, I gotta set myself up here. My host of posts are always weight loss. I always say, I reword it, who's looking to lose like 10 to 30 pounds. There's always somebody who comments on that, obviously. And I start with a triple threat. Or sometimes if they want to lose like 100 pounds, then I start, same with what Tamara said, I start with like 5 different products and then work my way down. I guess that's like backwards upselling when you think about it. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm about to say right now. I'm so lost. I feel like everybody totally covered like everything that I was kind of thinking about.
No. Okay, let me walk you through it. Okay, so you're posting about.
Yeah. Ask me some questions.
Okay, you're posting about weight loss. So,
yeah.
Okay, so somebody puts up a status. What are you getting them to put up?
I literally just go basic. Who wants to lose 10 to 30 pounds?
Okay.
Or is anybody looking to lose this fall, by winter, something like that. Like I just reword it every week. I retype it out every week and have everybody share the exact same thing.
So then somebody comments on it and I say, I'm interested. Walk me through what happens then. So then you reach out, you add me as a friend.
So I message them. Yeah, I add them as a friend and then I message them right away and I ask them if they're interested in a weight loss system. I always say weight loss system. I don't ask if they're interested in losing weight. I always say a system because then they kind of like already off the bat, they know that it's going to be more than one product, right? And then I always mention our app too. And I'm like shaking. Why am I shaking? I always mention the app because that gives them like, it's like along with the system, you know what I mean? Like they can get workouts, they can get like meal plans, stuff like that. So it's not only the products that are helping them, right?
Right.
And then, yeah, that's it. So that's like the main thing. I always say a system.
So then, okay, so you're interested in the weight loss system. They say yes.
Yeah.
So then from there, you're explaining what?
From there, I ask them, oh yeah, okay, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Okay, so I make it as personal as I can, right? So I'll ask them how much they want to lose to feel their best or like word it in different ways, like depending on the person that I'm talking to, I guess. But I always make it about them. I always make it seem like I'm interested in helping them. Obviously, I am interested in helping them, but I always make that like known. So it's not just like trying to get a sale out of them, right? Like I'm trying to be there for them at the same time. And then like, every time I do sign a customer, I always check with them. Like, I forget who was saying this, but I always double check with them like a few days later. Let me know when you get your products. I'm so excited. Like, I always make sure that I follow up with my customers and so that they know that they can come to me, or if things aren't working for them, that they can come and tell me. And I actually really like that one tip where, when it's not like, who said that? When it's not working for, or like if say like they're doing TFX and that's not working for them. I don't usually suggest different products, but that's a good idea to like not lose sales, right? I'm actually in the middle of like not opening a message from someone right now because I didn't know how to respond to them.
Well, here's the thing. I'm just going to like interject here. Here's the thing. Every single product that we have is not going to work for every single person on the
Yeah, exactly.
iPhone. Not everybody loves iPhones. Some people like Android.
Yeah.
Some people don't like Apples. Some people like Apples. And you know what? And I've heard a couple people say tonight too, like, I'm not trying to get a sale. Here's the thing. I'm trying to get a sale.
Trying to do both.
But any business out there, the restaurant that you walk into that asks you if you want poutine instead of fries with your lunch, they're trying to upsell you. They're trying to get a sale.
Yeah.
We live in the world of sale. Sales make the world go round. You should never be ashamed of making sales. But what we're hearing here is Shantez is not just trying to make a sale. She's trying to pair the product with their needs. Okay, a gunslinger is going to be someone who's like, oh, you want to lose weight? Okay, here's what everybody needs when they're trying to lose weight. This is the only answer. This is what you need. Goodbye. What she is saying is she's saying,
yeah, exactly.
What do
I
you?
actually have 3 different triple threats that I use. So like depending, I always start with saying, like I always started off with a cleanse. I never mention a triple threat without telling them a cleanse. Like my triple threat script has, I normally recommend with any type of weight loss, and then I explain the cleanse, and then usually I throw TFX in there, and then depending on, like say they want to lose like 75 to 100 pounds, and I always pair it with fat fighters, or sometimes I put in fat fighters and greens so that they're getting the detox and the carb blockage. But if it's somebody who's specifically wanting to lose weight and can't eat or doesn't eat healthy, then I take out fat fighters and I add greens. It all just like, I have a few different printouts of like, depending, like I always ask where or what their goals are with their weight loss and like where they're struggling to. That was another thing I forgot to add in. That's always like my second message that I send to them, instead of going right to, like I actually tried this one day. I was like, well, I wonder if I just went right to like telling them what the triple threat is. And I got a lot more left on red than I do when I like ask them more personal questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. So you want to be like of service to them, like, you know, and even bringing it back to what Nikki was saying, like at the end of the day, you guys, when I feel like people in this industry, like sometimes when they hear someone say like, oh, I don't like, you guys, I've been in this business for 3 years. I've had customers that have come to me and said they don't like a certain product. Like if anybody ever tells you they're with a company where every single person loves every single product, like be wary of that. There are going to be, I mean, people in my own family, like maybe they don't like keto coffee, like it, you know what I mean? But good customer service, and as a business owner, your only part of this business is not to bring in customer. A really good portion of your business is retention with customers and delivering customer service. And so finding out what their goal is, what they
word of mouth too, right? Because if it works good for them, then they usually talk to their friends, and then their friends hit me up, and then go from there.
I just want to say something really quick. I don't want to interrupt, but so with my customer, she said TFX is not working for me. It's hurting my stomach, things like that. And I know because I give them samples of stuff that she likes this because she asked about it and she likes this. So I said, no problem. I'm going to switch up your order of TFX for keto energy because she loved it. So am I losing a little BB? Yep. Do I care? I still kept her. She's happy and she stayed with me, right? So as long as you know what their needs are, and like I said, I always give out the samples to these people.
Yeah,
so
I wrote that down. That was a good one.
They get to try everything along the way, right? Does it cost me a little? Yes. But at the same time, I've signed over 60 people in less than 4 months. So, you know, they stay with me because they trust me and they get that. Everybody likes to get a little care package in the mail, right? Everybody loves that shit. So
everybody likes free stuff.
Exactly, right? So they're excited to get it and they want to try it. And then they come back to me and they say, oh, I love that coffee. Oh, ooh, I hated the coffee, but I really like the keto energy. Nobody's going to like everything. And it made a huge difference in my sales. It works a couple times. Like I said, another lady today, she messaged me, the TFX is hurting my stomach. No problem. I will buy back that bottle off of you. We switched her auto ship now to keto energy, and I'm going to resell that bottle of TFX anyways. So it works, right? It's just about knowing their needs. And I'll mute myself now. Sorry to interrupt.
No, I love your tips, man. Like you've got it. I wrote down almost everything you said.
Nikki, I have a question. How often are you doing like sample products to people? How often are you giving them products?
So for every loyal customer I signed, like I shouldn't say every loyal customer, but if they're just legit saying, I just want TFX, I want to lose weight, but I also market TFX for energy as well. TFX gives you a lot of energy. So when people want to go and exercise and they want to do different things, they will use TFX for that as well. So I ask them, would you like to try some of our other products? And if they say yes, then I'll make up a little bag. I'm not really close to it right now, but I'll make up these little bags. And I went to Vistaprint and I made little stickers that say it works, and you smack them on the bag. And I put my business card in there, and I mail them out to them. And if you actually go to Canada Post for the Canadians, you go to Canada Post, they actually give you a card, and you can save on all the packaging for these things. And then I go and I send them out to them, and it really makes a difference. So I've probably sent, and you know what I do that off of too? That's the other thing, off of my rewards. I send them everything off my rewards. My keto energy, my keto coffee, those are all at 60% off. And then I got my shopping spree, right? So all the product I got was essentially free. and I'm giving it to them, and that keeps them shopping for me, because we all know that after 3 months, if it's not working for them properly, they're going to probably drop off. So we want to save them from dropping off and roll them into something else if we can. So that's why I send out the samples. And lots of times too, I will upsell if the keto coffee itself, I like salted caramel and pumpkin spice myself, so I will promote the greens and tell them the benefits of the greens and the mocha part, and then upsell that to make, you know, a better coffee. So that's what I do.
You guys, this has been so awesome. Okay, did anybody just like learn so much from this tonight? I got 2 pages full of notes. You guys, thank you so much for hopping on. Really, like, I appreciate all you guys so much. And
Thanks for having me on, even though I'm super awkward and all that stuff. That was
dude,
a little.
don't you feel like we're team awkward though? Like, don't you feel like everybody?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like everybody. Like, I feel like our whole team is just like. No, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I know me. I'm definitely awkward. So I roll with the awkward.
The jackets we're gonna get for conference, we should just have team awkward.
Team awkward. Awkward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, it has been a pleasure, you guys, tonight. And we'll yeah, let's just stay connected. I appreciate you guys so much. We'll get this up on YouTube, and really, your tips were awesome. Bye.